Live from the KDAL studios at Lake and Superior Street in downtown Duluth, it's Stars Over the Prairie with 8-time Minnesota Music Award winner Paul Metsa, featuring cool people from all walks of life in all 50 states. Check out previous show podcasts at northlandnewsradio.com. Call or text Paul at 218-722-0839 or email paul@paulmetsa.com. Now, the other great folk singer from Minnesota's Mesabi Iron Range. Here's Paul Metsa.
And I wish I could see stars over the prairie.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Stars Over the Prairie. Boy, there's a lot going on in the Northland today. It's the 50th anniversary of Grandma's Marathon, and I summoned the gods of traffic to get me to the studio this morning. It wasn't easy. I might have made a couple of illegal turns, but I'm here safe and sound. But I've got my, as I do every weekend, I've got my wingman, Chris Allen, here. Chris, you ever run a marathon?
I was going to. Soon as I got out of high school, I was in the best shape ever, and I ran a whole bunch of races. I ran the Minnesota Mile, I ran the Park Point 5 Mile, I ran all those races.
Right.
And I was in the best shape ever, and I wanted to run Grandma's Marathon, and my coach talked me out of it. He says, no, the human body is not ready for that at that age.
Right.
He said, wait until you're in your mid-20s to do it. Well, by that time, I had already blew out a knee, so I couldn't do it anymore, and I got it fixed, and I thought, maybe I'll do it when I'm 30, but then I blew out my other knee, so I never did it. I was a part of Grandma's Marathon for years and years and years and did the original radio broadcast after KDAL had given it up.
Well, it's, of course, running right in front of the KDAL studio here in Tiltown, that's in the city by the unsalted sea. And I saw, when I parked about 6 blocks away, but when I was walking, man,
that's pretty close.
I saw a couple of gentlemen. I swear to God, they were older than me, so that put them in their at least their mid-70s. And when I was walking in the front door here off Superior Street, I saw several, I don't want to say junior high age, but certainly high school kids running.
Yeah, definitely.
So it's all ages. So God bless them all. I ran several marathons, but over the years, Chris. But I used to run the width.
I ran a 0.1 mile marathon one time. If you're wondering about if you're listening and you're approaching Duluth, if you're coming from Two Harbors, 61 is open on one side.
Good.
Until when you come down, it's open on both sides, but then it opens just to one side and diverts to Superior Street because they run along London Road.
Okay.
So that's going to divert a little bit, and it's probably going to be pretty busy, and that's going to be that way at least for a few more hours. If you're coming up from the south, from Minneapolis or from Superior, you're going to have to go up Mesaba, and then you can start to file in after 2nd. So you can take 3rd, 4th, or go up Mesaba and go down 6th Avenue East, however you're going to do it. But you can get to the mall with no problem if that's where you're going.
Well, that's good directions. We also want to celebrate the 50th anniversary of the Land of the Loon Arts and Crafts Festival. In my hometown, Virginia, Minnesota, the Queen City of the Iron Range, I've got a personal connection that my mother was one of the co-founders of the Land of the Loon back in 1976.
How long was she a part of it?
She was part of it for many, many years. She started it with her friend Pearl Antonovich. We lived on the A Street north side, right across from the park. And my mother had this idea, and I remember it was the 3rd weekend of June. I remember we would go door to door early in the morning, knocking on neighbors' doors to get picnic tables, any kind of chairs we could carry to the park. There was a couple of people with easels painting. I'm surprised my mother didn't ask me to play guitar, but there was a couple of guitar players playing, and now it brings in thousands of people to the Iron Range overall, but right up to Alcott Park on the north side of Virginia. And Mom passed in 94. There's a beautiful memorial park to her right on between Bailey's and Silver Lake. On Silver Lake, they have some sort of paper mache. They call it the world's largest loon floating in right in Silver Lake. And I was just up there last week playing, and at least for the Virginia trucks that work for, the different street construction people and, the utilities trucks have their beautiful logo has the big loon in the back. So my mother had quite an influence on there. So we celebrate the Land of the Loon Festival 50th anniversary this weekend. I played there several times over the years.
I played there once too in '86.
Cool.
Yeah.
I want to say one other thing before. We've got a great show today. We've got a wonderful duo that I just got turned on to called LaPlant Road, originally out of Grand Rapids. Now the two young ladies live in Minneapolis. And then at the end of the show, we're going to have Gregg Inhofer on. Gregg is a legendary Minnesota musician. He has played over the years he played on all the songs on Bob Dylan's Blood on the Tracks, played with Olivia Newton-John, played in a band called the Tremblers with Peter Noon and the Herman Hermits, and has done a lot of studio work, and he's bringing a special solo show up to the Alhambra Theater on Thursday, June 25th. The showtime's at 7:30, so we're going to be talking to them. But I got to tell you, it was funny, Chris. Last night I was doing a gig. Tonight I'm playing, if I could figure out the traffic, I'm going to be playing on the street at Carmony's Lounge at 308 East Superior Street from 6 to 8. Last night I was playing at the Alhambra Lounge, and I said, hey, it was the end of my first set. I said, I'm Paul Metsa. Thanks for coming. This guy came up to me on the break. He said, can I buy you a drink? And I go, yeah, absolutely. And he said, yeah. He goes, I recognized your voice, and now I know your name. He goes, you're the guy that's 238 somersaults down the hill from Bob Dylan's childhood home, which is kind of our tagline here on Stars Over the Prairie. So that was very, very cool.
Very factual, though.
Yeah, for sure. Well, anyway, I want to introduce you to maybe my favorite band of the last several years. Somebody turned, my friend and publicist, Marty Keller, turned me on to them. Two young women that are just phenomenal bluegrass players. They're multi-instrumentalists. They incorporate a lot of different styles of music into their music. They sing like angels, and we're going to be listening to them. They've got a release show in Minneapolis and one also up in Grand Rapids we're going to tell you about. But here is my new good friends, my favorite band of the last few years, LaPlant Road.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Now, I know quite a bit about the LaPlant name because I believe there is a phenomenal luthier, I'm not sure if he's still with us, named Lloyd LaPlant. That's got to be a relative.
Yeah, that is my grandfather. Lloyd LaPlant is my grandfather. He is still around. He's 97 and a half.
Wow.
And he just retired, quote unquote, from building, I think, last year. So
those, I know he makes mandolins. Did he make guitars as well?
Yes, both guitars and mandolins. And when Emily and I play, she plays a LaPlant guitar and I play a LaPlant mandolin. So we've got that name on our instrument headstocks when we play, which is very special.
Now, is a LaPlant Road, is that actually a road or is that just the name of the band?
It's actually a road, yeah. And it's where Lloyd LaPlant lives and several LaPlants live and have lived over the years. And that's where I grew up. This is Liz, and I'm not a LaPlant, but I got to grow up on LaPlant Road. So it's an actual road up in Grand Rapids, Minnesota.
Well, the LaPlant family, there's several musicians in the tribe, correct?
Yep. Pretty much everybody in the LaPlant family is a musician of some sort.
Well, it's amazing because there's another musical family, and I'm a big fan of Sam Miltich and his brother Tony, but that family is also very musical, also from Grand Rapids.
Yes.
Now, and I also know.
There's like 3 or 4.
No, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say there's like 3 or 4 kind of families in Grand Rapids that are known for their musicality, and Meltages and the LaPlants are 2 of them. It's a very musical city.
I know another family. I don't know how many are musicians, but I'm sure both of you might know some of the Latimer family.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Lots of big families up there in Grand Rapids. Lots of cold winters over the years, I guess. So tell us, how did Emily LaPlant and Liz Ashworth get together, and when did you start playing together?
I'm not sure if Emily cut out there.
When did you guys start playing together?
We started. I'm going to relocate to a better Wi-Fi.
Okay, I'm gonna put that down for.
We started playing together. Yeah, sorry about that. I'm gonna switch off to my Wi-Fi here real quick. Or no, it looks like it's working. Am I okay now?
Now you're good. Yeah, you were freezing, but now you're good.
Okay.
Yeah, so Brett, I've got this down, and I'll listen to it where we should make the edit so we don't get this chaos here in the middle. So I will re-ask the question. Emily and Liz, when did you two start playing together?
We started playing together. Well, it depends on, I guess, what we were playing together. Liz and I were in orchestra together as children, but we were very different personality-wise and didn't really become friends until I think I left for college or maybe high school. We started running into each other at the Mabatma Bluegrass festivals all over the state of Minnesota and realized, like, wow, there's another girl who knows how to play fiddle tunes. And also we kind of enjoy each other's company. And so we started playing together bluegrass style at the bluegrass festivals.
So I'm going to ask Liz this question first. What were your influences growing up listening to bluegrass music or other influences?
Yeah, so for me, learning the mandolin and choosing to learn the mandolin and learning bluegrass was really because of Emily's grandpa, Lloyd. Oh. And because I grew up across the street from him on LaPlant Road, I got a lot of opportunities to go over there and jam at his house. There would be a lot of musicians, Canadian fiddlers, other bluegrass and old time musicians that would come through and stop at his house on their way through. And you had people like Jay Younger and Molly Mason and the bluegrass band Monroe Crossing and these fantastic musicians that would just stop by and be there for an evening. And he would call my dad and say, "Hey, I've got so-and-so in my living room tonight. Can Liz come over and play?" And I wasn't in sports or anything. And I was homeschooled and I had a lot of time to focus on music. And I would just walk across the road with my mandolin like a little nerd, at 14 years old. And I would go learn fiddle tunes. And so that was a huge influence on me. And that's how I really got introduced to bluegrass. And then classically, I played in orchestra like Emily mentioned. I took piano lessons. And a wide variety of musical influences there. I also grew up singing and playing in church with my family, so that's where I learned to harmonize. Emily and I do a lot of close-knit, tight-knit harmonies, and I love doing that, and I love having the opportunity to harmonize because that's something I've done my whole life.
And Emily, how about you? Your influences besides your musical family?
Yeah, I grew up around a lot of 60s and 70s rock and roll music. And there was also a particular radio program that came out of KAXC, the Grand Rapids local station, that would play every Saturday, or I can't remember, it was Friday or Saturday evenings. It was old country. It was called Back Porch Harmony. And it was like 4 hours of like 1910s to like probably 2000s, like bluegrass and country music. And so I spent a lot of time with my dad listening to that type of music and kind of absorbing his enthusiasm for it. And so, I would say, like, at my core, I'm a rock and roll I love rock and roll. And I love country music. My mom.
Who's your favorite rock and roll band?
Oh my gosh. Led Zeppelin, probably. Like the earlier Led Zeppelin. I have the entire Royal Albert Hall 1970 concert memorized in my head. My brother and I just like
fantastic
obsessively listen as children. So yeah.
So what year would that have been when you two started to play together, just jamming, not when the band started, but what year was that?
I think the earliest video recordings or the earliest memories I have would have been around 2011, 2012.
Yeah, that's
and then I have a video of us doing a jam set together, which is probably our first time performing together, Bluegrass, in 2014. So every summer there's a Music in the Pines jam in June up in Grand Rapids at the fairgrounds. And we started getting together and just doing a really fun jam set every year for like 4 years maybe before we even thought about starting a band. But that was the first place we actually sort of informally performed.
Emily, could you feel once you guys, when you and Liz Ashworth started playing together, did you start to feel, boy, we're kindred spirits here musically?
Yeah, I would say kindred spirits or like soul sisters are like, those are the things that really, I think right away became apparent to me. I think Liz and I have really good chemistry in playing music together. Like we can look at each other and know what's about to happen. And it was just kind of that way from the get-go. Like I think her and I have a very similar, like physical experience of like experiencing the music as we're playing it. It's like this adrenaline type of thing that just kind of feeds off of each other. So when we started jamming at the bluegrass festivals, we would be playing these fiddle tunes and then we'd be like doing weird things to them melodically and with rhythms that weren't traditional. And it just was like this thing we kept feeding off of each other. And I just kept thinking like, wow, this is like unlike anything I have experienced playing with anybody.
Now, what about, besides the playing, what about the first time you guys harmonized?
Liz, when was the first time that we harmonized? Do you remember?
It would have probably been at one of those sets or just jamming. I think we just, Emily has a really strong, powerful voice, and it's really fun for me to harmonize with and also match what she does with her voice, because her voice is an instrument and she sings like it's an instrument. And I love the challenge of harmonizing with that and matching with those different, with the places she goes when she sings. So
is Emily more of a tenor? You're more of a soprano?
No, Emily's got a huge range. She could go from like way down here to way up here. I can do either. I would say I'm more of a soprano, but I can also sing alto type lines as well.
Emily, sing, give us your lowest note. Just sing.
I've heard you do a low E pretty good.
Oh,
singing.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I've heard you do a high B.
This is why we love Liz, because she knows where the notes are.
So that's like a huge range, you know? I mean, that's
no
how
doubt.
many octaves is that? That's 2.5 octaves of range. And obviously you wouldn't say that's your strongest points, but I mean, that's a wide range to work with.
Mm-hmm.
You two members of LaPlant Road have recorded a record at the legendary Pachyderm studio in southern Minnesota called Finding Home. You've got 2 release dates coming up. Your hometown album release is in Grand Rapids at the Reef Center on Sunday, June 21st, afternoon show at 2 p.m., and then on Friday, June 26th, In your adopted hometown of the Twin Cities, you will be at the beautiful 318 Cafe in Excelsior. Tell us about the song Choices off the new record that we're going to hear.
Choices was a riff initially that Liz brought to me back in December. She came over to my house and she was like, what do you think of this line? And she started playing this really intricate little like arpeggio on her mandolin. And she was like, I was thinking maybe like something around like, guess I've got a lot of choices to make. And she started singing this thing. And I was like, I love this. Like whatever this is, I love it. And when we were planning the set list for the record, we needed a couple more. Our goal was 10 songs, mostly originals. And so we finished writing that song probably in February. We went into the studio in March, but we wrote the rest of it as we were rehearsing to record.
Let's listen to Choices by LaPlant Road, and we will be speaking with Liz and Emily for the rest of the show.
Spinning round and round and
At Sunrise Funeral Home, Crematory, and Cemetery, we offer membership-level pricing without the membership fees. Just honest service you can feel from the moment you walk through our doors. To us, you are not a number, you are a neighbor. As family-owned and operated, we are committed to fair, transparent pricing and will always work with families to ensure services remain accessible. We're so confident in our pricing, we encourage you to shop other funeral homes and call us last. We also meet or beat any at-need direct cremation price in the Minnesota Twin Ports area. If finances are a concern, ask us about Minnesota burial and cremation assistance. We will help determine if your loved one qualifies and guide you through the entire process with care and compassion. We never turn away a family in need, no matter your financial circumstances. Call Sunrise Funeral Home, Crematory, and Cemetery today and experience the Sunrise difference at 218-727-6869.
I'm Zach, and I had Z-LASIK at Weiss Eye Center. I was sick of wearing glasses. I've had glasses since third grade. Dealing with the nuisance of glasses has kind of reached that point of I just need to get LASIK. I was a little nervous, but knowing now what that process all entailed, I wouldn't have been nervous if I knew. Everybody's really nice here. Not a bad thing to say about anybody. Everybody's happy, and everybody here's nice. And I mean, it's day one post-op, and I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Weiss Eye Center is the only clinic to offer blade-free Z-LASIK in the Northland. To find out more and to arrange your free consultation, call 218-625-1917 today or visit wiseeyecenter.com for more information. Wise Eye Center. See the best.
Behind every moment, there's a feeling of happiness, of security. Behind every dream, there's a spark.
We got the house.
With every challenge,
just one more step,
there's a safety net. Behind every victory,
yes,
there's a team. Behind every moment, there's Bell Bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hey, know how she go, don't you know? This is Steve Solkla, and you're listening to Stars Over the Prairie with Paul Metsa. No such thing as perfect in my line of work.
I love that guy. I bet he's probably bouncing around on his unicycle with the cymbals on his head playing that accordion.
He just posted that. He just did that the other day, and he's going to be a part of Fourth Fest here in Duluth, too. He's real early on, almost right after they started 12:30. Steve Sokol is going to be doing a patriotic thing.
Oh, that guy is just so generous. I mean, he's nobody's come before him, and I doubt anybody can copy that act.
Yeah, you can't replace him.
He's a good singer, great accordion player, but then he does all this wacky stuff, riding the unicycle and one-man band with the drum, playing about 5 instruments at the same time. God bless him. He's probably up there at the Land of the Loon Festival, busting up Chestnut Street. And if anybody's up there celebrating the 50th anniversary of the Land of the Loon, there's a couple of great places a couple of great watering holes that I love to go to when I'm back in my hometown. Flamer's Bar, which is right on the corner of 2nd Avenue and Chestnut Street. Right on the corner, they've got a lot of great sports memorabilia, really reasonably priced cocktails, and always really great bartenders on staff. You go a couple blocks west, and on the other side of the street, right on the corner, Riders Bar is there if you're a motorcycle person, man or woman. Just pull up your bike alongside the other ones that are there. My buddy Al that runs that bar is a longtime motorcycle guy and an old-time Cats Under the Stars fan. So Flamers Bar and Riders Bar in Virginia, Minnesota. And now, remember, we're going to have Gregg Inhofer on towards the end of the show, who's coming up to play the Alhambra Theater solo show on Thursday, June 25th. But now back to our conversation with Liz Answorth and Emily LaPlant from LaPlant Road. We've got LaPlant Road on the show tonight. They've got a great new record out called Finding Home. Liz Allsworth and Emily LaPlant, they're both multi-instrumentalists and both sing like angels. Talk about when you decided to go down to Pachyderm to record your debut record.
Yeah, when would have been like November maybe, Liz and I started talking about, we had been doing a lot of shows and we were thinking like, we should make an album. Just to get our music out there and to have people like have a sense of what we're like live. We wanted to grow our audience a little bit. And so I had called around, my brother is in the music industry. And so I had called him to ask him about some suggestions for studios. And he said Pachyderm was one that he really was impressed with. And so we kind of cold called him or emailed him and just said like, hey, we'd like to talk about recording an album, at your place. And so we did a little interview with the producer, Nick, and I always forget how to say his last name. And we started a Kickstarter, to fund the album in January. And in 4 days we hit our goal.
Wow.
Which was really encouraging for us and empowering. And then we went down in March for 3 days and we recorded the whole thing in 3 days.
Pachyderm Studios is a legendary spot. Nirvana recorded their #1 record in utero there. The Jayhawks, Wilco, Andrew Bird, the Replacements, and more. There was also an Iron Range songwriter named Paul Metsa that mixed a record down there. I'm very familiar with that beautiful studio. and all you have to do is walk outside, you're in the middle of the woods.
Yep.
Did you stay at the studio?
Did. Yeah, we did. And it was actually a snowstorm the last night we were there. So Emily got an extra night. But we had a great time. We loved enjoying the grounds. And it was a little oasis away from the chaos of the world.
In Cannon Falls, Minnesota. Tell us about who else played on the record.
It was actually just the two of us.
Wow. For you.
We had a bass, we had a mandolin, we had a fiddle and a guitar, and we recorded everything ourselves.
So who played bass?
Both of us.
Both of us did, yeah. We each did on a couple songs. So that was fun.
You are a couple of talented human beings. When let's say before we forget, how can what is your website and how can people track down the record?
So the record is going to be out for streaming sometime in July. We'll be announcing that date on social media and on our website. The best way to follow and find information on where we're playing, merch, all of that stuff is either our website or our social media. So our website is laplantroad.squarespace.com. I should also mention LaPlant does not have an E at the end of the name. It's just LAPLANT. And then we have a Facebook and an Instagram page that are just LaPlant Road.
Right.
So
how, I think I asked this in the first segment, but I'm not sure if I got an answer. So when was the first show that LaPlant Road played under the name?
It's 2020, right?
I think so.
Or 2021.
So you're both based in Minneapolis now, correct?
Yeah.
And one of you is a mother.
Yes, that's me.
All right.
Yeah.
How many, how many kids?
I have one who's 18 months old and then another one on the way. So we're expecting baby number 2 at the end of August.
So do you take the 18-month-old out when you're doing shows, or do you have a babysitter?
I don't, because she is in a very clingy toddler stage, and if she sees me on stage, she screams "Mama." It's very sweet and also very distracting. So we have a very good force of babysitter support, and my husband is an equal partner in this. He's also a musician, so we take turns watching her while the other one is doing gigs, and we've got a good balanced life. So I'm very blessed to have such a supportive partner.
And so when did you started out in Grand Rapids, when did you migrate down to the Twin Cities?
I came down here in 2013 for college.
Okay.
I think, Liz, you came down in the last couple of years, right?
Yeah, I moved down to the cities in 2016, and then in 2019, my husband and I moved up to Brainerd for a spell, and then moved back down in 2021. So, been, I guess, 7 years collectively, but there was a little break in the middle.
Now, when I was going to your website, I saw some pictures of you with other musicians. So I'm guessing when you get up to the Reef Center for your hometown album release on Sunday, June 21st, for that 2 p.m. show, I imagine you're going to have some guest musicians.
Yes, we will.
Mm-hmm. Anybody you can share? Some of the LaPlant family or people outside of the tribe?
It'll be a mixture. Some of them are going to be surprises. I think one of the people that I'm excited about all of them, but the person who's opening for us, Landon Paul, is actually the bassist for Wild Horses,
that's a great band.
Yeah, and that's my brother. My brother is the front man for that band. So he'll be there. I think we're going to do a dudettes song, which is Liz and I do 3-part harmonies with Ariana LaPlant, which is my sister-in-law, who's also in Wild Horses. And then we'll have some like non-relative people who will show up and play very cool things. So
I saw Wild Horses, I believe. They opened up for Willie Nelson a couple of years ago.
Yeah, at the Bayfront Festival.
Oh, I was knocked out. What a great band.
Yeah, they're great.
It's really amazing. I mean, Now, do you guys, there's been a lifelong debate. Is Grand Rapids part of the Iron Range? Liz, what's your answer?
I say no. We don't talk like Iron Rangers, and I think that we are very much separate. I'm not against the Iron Range, but I don't like being told that I'm from the range.
Okay, that's an honest answer. Emily, what's your answer?
I completely disagree. But also, like, I mean, I think she's right. Like, our industry is totally different. You know, there's iron versus wood. Like, so maybe I'm just emotionally connected to the title.
Well,
I think of like Bovey as being like the entrance to
Right.
the range, you know, and then you've got Calumet and Nashwauk and Hibbing and Virginia. Like that to me is the range, but I will die on that mountain.
All right.
Bovey still have the when you're driving through town, the tires that spell Bovey.
Yes, on the hill. Yeah.
And of course, Bovey is also that is where that legendary photo, Grace.
Yeah, the painting.
Where the man with a bowl of soup and a loaf of bread, and I believe the Bible, that was taken in Bovey back in the day. So it is not to be discounted, that little stretch between Hibbing and Grand Rapids. It's funny because I have a friend of mine, Booker Michael, who is a percussionist who is from Grand Rapids, and he likes to say he's from the Iron Range. It's just been a lifelong fun argument conversation with him. But Bob Dylan, on one of his poems on one of the back of his records, said the Iron Range that goes from Aurora to Grand Rapids. So we can't argue.
Bob.
We can't argue with Bob.
No.
So, but why I was getting into it was I was just up in Virginia in my hometown playing last weekend, and I've gotten to know so many of the musicians, most younger than me, although there's a lot my age and older that are playing up there, and I've always been amazed from Grand Rapids to Aurora, how, including Hibbing and Evelyn, how many great musicians come from our area. So Liz Ellsworth, who are some of your favorite Grand Rapids or Iron Range musicians?
I love the Miltich family. So you mentioned them in the last segment, and I love playing with Sam, and I'm inspired by all the gypsy jazz and the amazing things that he brings to the community. So that he's probably my biggest influence as far as knowing someone personally, and the whole LaPlant family. But I mean, Bob Dylan, as far as like, he's awesome. Like all of those musicians that come out of there are amazing. And Grand Rapids especially is such an arts community. So the orchestra program there, even there's kids that I went to orchestra with that have gone on to do things and go to Interlochen and Juilliard. And so there's just, it's powerful. I don't know what it is.
Well, I would imagine the Blandon Corporation has been a huge supporter of all things civically and educationally. So I think that's one thing that Grand Rapids always have going for it. Emily LaPlant, who are some of your favorite Grand Rapids or Iron Range musicians?
I would say my brother is one. People don't know this, but he's a great rock and roll player, and he's also a great bassist.
What's his first name?
Jed.
Okay.
I would also say my mom. She plays the most beautiful fiddle waltzes that I have ever heard. And when she plays them, I get like chills down my spine. And I would say Sam and Matthew Miltich are two people that I really love. And when I get a chance to create with them, it's really fun. And then there's also a guy named PK Mayo who plays like blues guitar.
Paul Metsa from Evelyn, Minnesota.
Paul Metsa, he's such a nice guy, and I recently met him for the first time, and was it felt like kindred spirits type of deal. So, him. I mean, there's a ton of people up there that are just so
Well,
So incredible.
I want to put my vote in for Sam Milicic, who's one of my favorite guitarists in Minnesota,
Mm-hmm. Same.
and just a wonderful human being.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We have LaPlant Road on the show, and they got a great new record out called Finding Home. Once again, their hometown release party at the Reach Center in Grand Rapids, Sunday, June 21st at 2 p.m. And then in their adopted home in the Twin Cities, their release show at the great 318 Cafe in Excelsior is Friday, June 26th, 8 p.m. show. And it's close to selling out, so get on it. Tell us about the song Cowpoke we're going to hear.
Cowpoke. What a great tune. Liz is good at reminding. Well, okay, let me start over in what I was saying. We, a couple years ago, rediscovered our mutual love of cowboy songs. And as we were incorporating more songs into our set lists, Liz is always a good reminder of like, we should throw in a cowboy tune or two. And so we started playing Cowpoke a couple of years ago, and the harmonies are really fun. It's just like the melody is really fun and moves around a lot. And so we decided to throw that one on our album.
Beautiful. We're going to listen to that, and then we'll have Emily and Liz on for the rest of the show. So stay tuned.
Behind every moment, there's a feeling of happiness, of security. Behind every dream,
Order up.
there's a spark.
We got the house.
With every challenge, just one more step, there's a safety net. Behind every victory, there's a team. Behind every moment, there's Bell Bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
I'm Joe, and I had Z LASIK at Weiss Eye Center. The funny thing is I absolutely hated buying a contact solution because I thought it was such a racket having to spend $15 on a bottle of contact solution. And that's just one thing, is just not having to buy that stuff anymore, or glasses or anything like that. For me, it's mainly just I like to hunt and fish and everything, and not having to bring that stuff along, especially in the winter when I go ice fishing and stuff. It gets a pain when I get to the end of the day taking my contacts out, and then if a rattle reel goes off in the middle of the night, I'm fumbling for my glasses to go and try and catch a fish.
Weiss Eye Center is the only clinic to offer blade-free Z LASIK in the Northland. To find out more and to arrange your free consultation, call 218-625-1917 today or visit weisseyecenter.com for more information. Weiss Eye Center. See the best.
You're invited to the Great Lakes Candy Kitchen, open for another season for all your candy pleasure. They're located on Scenic Highway 61, 10 miles north of Duluth in Knife River. They're third and fourth generation candy makers using traditional copper kettles to make their caramels, fudge brittles, and chocolate-dipped hot air. When you visit Great Lakes Candy Kitchen, be sure and try their famous nutty ice cream bar. Tell them you heard it on Stars Over the Prairie. Great Lakes Candy Kitchen, located just 10 miles north of Duluth in Knife River.
At Sunrise Funeral Home, Crematory, and Cemetery, we offer membership-level pricing without the membership fees. Just honest service you can feel from the moment you walk through our doors. To us, you are not a number, you're our neighbor. As family-owned and operated, we are committed to fair, transparent pricing and will always work with families to ensure services remain accessible. We're so confident in our pricing, we encourage you to shop other funeral homes and call us last. We also meet or beat any at-need direct cremation price in the Minnesota Twin Ports area. If finances are a concern, ask us about Minnesota burial and cremation assistance. We will help determine if your loved one qualifies and guide you through the entire process with care and compassion. We never turn away a family in need, no matter your financial circumstances. Call Sunrise Funeral Home, Crematory, and Cemetery today and experience the Sunrise difference at 218-727-6869.
This is T. Alexi, and you're listening to Stars Over the Prairie with Paul Metsa.
All right. Of course, that's Bobby Dylan's Tangled Up in Blue, recorded back in December 1974, released in 75. And the man that played keyboards on all the tracks on that record is coming up to Duluth on Thursday, June 25th, to do a special solo show at the Alhambra Theater in West Duluth. We've got him on the line, and that's my buddy Gregg Inhofer. Greggy, how are you today?
Great, Paul. How are you?
Good, man. When's the last time you were up in Duluth playing?
Probably with you and Sonny at the Alhambra.
That's right. We did that. We did that a couple of years ago. Our tribute to Bob. What can people expect to see when we've got Gregg Inhofer up here doing his special solo show?
What can they expect to see? They can expect to hear songs that they probably never heard before. Some of I do some stuff by some dead artists because they can't do them anymore. So I thought I'd pick up the mantle. And it's just some stuff that I really like. So, I'm still doing Whiter Shade of Pale in the original key, Paul.
You nail that song. You're one of my favorite singers of all time. Gregg, you, besides playing with Bob Dylan, you did a stint with Olivia Newton-John. Tell us how that all came about.
It actually came about, they wanted to rent the organ that Robin Lee had. And so Robin and Dale went down to a studio where they were rehearsing, and Dale was standing outside having a smoke, and Olivia came out, and she saw his cowboy boots, and she said, "Oh, do you play country music?" He said, "Yeah." He said, "Can you play it better than these fellows?" He said, "Yeah, my whole band can." And so she actually brought them into a room one at a time to let them go. I mean, that was classic.
Yeah, it was. Actually,
she could have had her manager just walk into the room and go, "Hey, you guys are all fired. Bye."
Yeah.
She came and she talked to them one at a time. But this is the day before her first show in Brookings, South Dakota, Paul.
Wow.
So we rehearsed. We went and we got her a record and we listened to it once, and then we rehearsed from about 4 o'clock to 10 o'clock. We went home. We packed up our stuff. Got picked up by a Greyhound bus at 7 o'clock in the morning. We did vocal rehearsal on the way to Brookings. Played the first show that night.
Wow. Now tell us about that band that backed her up, because you had been playing with Bob and more, but tell us about the band.
Oh, Bob and Dale's Strength.
Yeah.
Bob went out on the first tours. First couple of shows, or first couple of tours, Bob's Strength was on. Robin Lee was on sax and flute and keyboard. I was on keyboard. We had another guy that we worked with. I'm trying to remember which was the first. Oh, no, at the beginning it was Dale was the second guitar, and John Farrar, Olivia's producer, was the first lead guitar. And after a couple of tours, he saw how good Dale was, so he said, "I'm getting off the road, thank you. Dale, you take over." And then we got a second guy.
Now, so how long did you play with Olivia Newton-John, Gregg?
Almost 2 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
So where did you travel? You must have done a little traveling behind that gig.
Yeah, we went all over. We went to Canada, all over the States. Big shows, little shows. She sang a show to some truckers once. We hauled out the acoustic guitars and we got on the CD. and we did a concert for some truck drivers.
Well, good. I hope you did 6 Days on the Road by Wisconsin's Dave Dudley.
There you go.
Hey, what about now? You played with Peter Noon. Of course, those of you of a certain age remember Peter Noon was, everybody thought he was Herman of Herman and the Hermits, but you played in a band with him called the Tremblers. Tell us about that.
Correct. It was supposed to be called the Knee Tremblers because in England, do you know what a knee trembler is?
No.
In England, a knee trembler is when you are with a young lady and she's on your thighs and your knees are trembling.
Oh, okay.
And the record company wouldn't do it. So it had to just be the Tremblers.
Huh. What, so tell us about, did you ever back in the day, playing in various bands, get up to the Twin Ports?
Lots of times. I was just thinking about that. I just posted something online. Every single band I've been in, there's something magical about the North Shore, and I think I know what it is. I think it's, that big piece of meteor rock or whatever, the glacier rock in the middle of 35W, right around Whiskey River?
Sure.
When I pass that, I physically feel different.
Huh.
I think it's the magnetics, it's the water. I don't know what it is, but I sing better up on the North Shore than I do anywhere else. And I'm singing pretty good now down here. So I'm amazed. I'll be really excited to see what it's going to be like because it's always been a magical feeling. Pepper Fogg, Brainiac, this oneness. Jesse Ventura and the Soldiers of Fortune played the Cove in Superior.
The actual Jesse Ventura, the governor?
Yeah.
You were in his band?
Yeah, he had a band called the Soldiers of Fortune. Me on bass, Bob Strength on drums, Mark, what the hell was his name? He went by Kid Skin Lizard, and his wife, Bev Fingers McKinney, on guitar, and then his wife on tambourine and vocals.
What was that set list?
Eve of Destruction, Sympathy for the Devil. He had a single, Dancing with Mr. V, and The Body Rules.
That's right. It was on the wrestling album.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was so fun. He'd come walking out, in his feather boa and his sunglasses, and we'd be doing just a metal kind of vamp. It was all a lot of black leather and black. Boom, 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 boom. He comes out, all right, I'm not here to wrestle, and I'm not here to commentate on wrestling. I'm here to rock and roll, and if you don't like it, you can get it. And I don't know if I can say that on your show.
I wouldn't try it.
You can't. Hey, I've got Gregg Inhofer on. We've only got about a minute and a half left. So, Gregg, you're coming up to the Alhambra Theater. Beautiful theater, 60 seats. Tickets are already on sale. 7:30 show Thursday, June 25th. Are going to be hearing, besides some of your great original music, will we be hearing some of these stories?
I would hope so. I don't want to tell too many, or I'll just end up just blabbing for a couple hours.
Well, I can. I've known you and heard you for years, and had the pleasure of playing with you. You're one of the finest musicians in the Midwest, and people would be remiss not to go hear Gregg Inhofer with that beautiful voice and those lovely piano skills and the stories. Thursday, June 25th. Gregg, I look forward to seeing you. Let's see if we can have time for...
Let's not forget today is Joey Mullen's birthday, who passed away a couple of years ago. I worked with Badfinger for about 10 years, and today is his birthday. So
well, that's a great... Yes. We salute the late, great Joey Mullen. Thanks, Gregg. We'll see you next week.
Thank you, Paul.
Okay, buddy. Take care.
Bye-bye.
If I can quickly get an ad in, my band Red Blood is going to be playing at the Caddy Shack on next Friday, the 26th, and the 27th over at the Breeze Inn.
And I'm at Carmony's Irish Pub tonight, maybe out on the street from 68 308 East Superior Street. Thanks for listening to Stars Over the Prairie. Like my dad used to tell me, remember to be kind and make someone happy.
Stars over the prairie, stars over the prairie tonight. And I wish I could see stars over the prairie, stars over the prairie tonight. And I wish I could see stars over the prairie.